Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Richmond, Virginia. We are live, sold out here in Richmond, Virginia for another episode of NXT. And we have Bret the Hitman Hart, your NXT General Manager, making his way down to the ring to address the latest NXT pay-per-view that just happened last Saturday. A lot of new champions. We had some champions retain their championships as well. It was a great night for NXT, and if you guys missed the NXT community page, it was announced that the next pay-per-view for NXT will be NXT Takeover Heatwave, which is going to be happening SummerSlam Weekend, and Bret the Hitman Hart is going to have plenty of information for us here live tonight and address anything else to the NXT roster. Absolutely fired up crowd tonight. Absolutely love to see it as we are here in a great venue down here in Richmond, Virginia. What a great American Bash we had, but we have to now put our sights on the next pay-per-view known as NXT Takeover Heatwave. And with Heatwave coming up, we are officially 6 weeks away from NXT Takeover Heatwave. And there's a lot of matches that we're going to be seeing to see who the number one contenders are for certain championships. But we are going to be addressing one championship more than the other, and that happens to be the NXT Championship, who is actually being held by the best in the world, CM Punk. CM Punk has now held that NXT Championship ever since NXT Takeover in your house, and that's ever been since the Royal Rumble weekend, so that's been a long time. So now we have to figure out who exactly is going to be main eventing NXT TakeOver Heatwave against CM Punk, and I have a perfect idea. At Heatwave, CM Punk will defend his NXT Championship inside of a Elimination Chamber match. You heard that correctly, Elimination Chamber matchup where himself and 5 other superstars will all fight inside of the most sadistic caging of all time inside of Elimination Chamber. For that Elimination Chamber matchup, we are going to have these NXT superstars fight. I am not picking any of these superstars to get in without earning an opportunity. So tonight, we are going to have 3 matches that will get these superstars to give them a chance to qualify to be in that Elimination Chamber matchup. Tonight, Sting versus Chris Jericho, MJF versus Wardlow, and the biggest match of the night, Adam Cole versus Kenny Omega. And you guys might be wondering, why in the hell would we do Adam Cole versus Kenny Omega instead of not just save it for a match between those two superstars at Heatwave? Well, we know with Kenny Omega calling out Adam Cole, it's going to only go one of 2 options. Either someone's going to run away from a fight, or someone's going to be attacked from behind. And it's only going to get brutal and brutal from now on. So I want these 2 superstars, the best of the best, to get it done in the main event tonight. I want Adam Cole to show us why he's a former WWE champion, former NXT champion, former Royal Rumble winner, and a main eventer of WrestleMania. I want him to go out here and attempt to beat Kenny Omega in the center of this ring. No shenanigans, nothing. Professional wrestling at its best. Then you have a man like Kenny Omega, a man that is trying to prove himself here in NXT, has won every world championship to be named on the independent scene, except for here in WWE and in NXT. And he's going to be able to get the opportunity only if he beats Adam Cole tonight in your main event. This matchup is going to be a spectacular matchup and the first time ever here in NXT's history. I quickly want to say congrats are in order for our new champions here on NXT. Roxanne, who defeated Cora Jade to become the new NXT Women's Champion. Rusev, who a couple weeks ago became the new United Kingdom Champion. Christian, who defeated Jon Moxley at the pay-per-view as of recently. As well as Toxic Attraction, defeating the team of Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark to become the new NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. Now, you guys have probably thought I've talked too much, and I certainly believe I've talked too much. So let's get right into our first qualifying matchup of the night. Sting versus Chris Jericho. Winner will join CM Punk in that Elimination Chamber matchup at Heatwave coming up in 6 weeks' time. Thank you guys so much for having me, and let's get into some action. And this has been absolute spectacular start to NXT from your NXT General Manager Bret the Hitman Hart announcing a massive main event for NXT Takeover Heatwave, where at Heatwave we will see in the main event the NXT Championship being put on the line. CM Punk will defend against 5 other superstars in an elimination chamber, the first time ever here in NXT history. That is going to be absolutely crazy, ladies and gentlemen. SummerSlam Weekend, Heatwave. Holy crap, big main event. But we now got to figure out who in the heck is going to be starting to be eligible in that matchup. And tonight, he's already announced 3 matches that we're going to be seeing periodically through the 6 weeks' time to see the qualifying superstars are. We're going to figure out 3 of them, and by the end of tonight, we will have 4 of the total 6 that we need for the matchup. So tonight we got Sting versus Chris Jericho. Last night, Chris Jericho lost to CM Punk. It was a back and forth matchup for a little bit, but CM Punk would go on to defeat Chris Jericho. Sting, on the other hand, would go on to defeat Samoa Joe. That matchup was very, very brutal, but the Icon Sting back on track, and it certainly seems like he is in title contention. We'll see how it goes for the Stinger tonight here live on NXT. Also, you got MJF, who has faced off with CM Punk before and lost. He'll be taking on Wardlow, very dangerous member of the Blackpool Combat Club, as well as in your massive main event, Bret the Hitman Hart has announced, instead of Kenny Omega calling out Adam Cole, and he was telling us that he figured that there would be some kind of shenanigans with Kenny Omega calling out Adam Cole type of thing, which, you know how Adam Cole is with being very cruel and whatnot. Bret the Hitman Hart didn't want any of that tonight. He wanted a matchup between Adam Cole and Kenny Omega. He wants Adam Cole to prove and show us why he was a former WrestleMania main eventer, former Royal Rumble winner, former WWE champion, former NXT champion. And he wants Kenny Omega to show why he is one of the best, and he's starting to find himself right now. And I mean, Kenny Omega hasn't been on NXT as long as Adam Cole has in total, but this will be a perfect opportunity for Kenny Omega to get at that NXT championship in no better way than defeating Adam Cole in the main event live here tonight on NXT. But there's Mr. Chris Jericho, the lead singer of Fozzy, looking to sing his way back into the main event of Heatwave. But he's going to have to go through the Icon Sting to do it. Can Chris Jericho defeat the Icon Sting? Sting, Chris Jericho, both men seem like they're ready. Sting now, springboard crossbody. Sting coming right out of the gate. And that's what Sting has to do. Why not? Especially when you're facing a man that has a legendary status just the same as what Sting does when it comes to Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho certainly wants to rebound after losing certainly one of his biggest matches that he's had in his career here in NXT and all of WWE. Big clubbing blows there from Sting, clubbing forearm blows, and now Sting. This ain't good for Chris Jericho. Back suplex on the apron. Certainly not the best for your back to be getting hit on every night. And certainly both men are not going to be 100%. Certainly both men going through hell as Sting was trying to leapfrog over Chris Jericho. Didn't work out in his favor. Now Chris Jericho going to look to go to town here on Sting. Perfect opportunity for Chris Jericho. What a big clothesline there from the Stinger. Which one of these guys would you guys prefer to see in this matchup? Would it be Chris Jericho? Would it be the Icon Sting? Since Sting is basically, this is his last year in professional wrestling unless he decides to change it. Chris Jericho, I mean, we don't certainly know how much longer he's going to be in wrestling for, but I mean, for Sting to officially say this is his last year, at least at the moment, type of thing, you know, like I mentioned, anything could happen, but, you know, this could be, he plans on wrestling all the way through WrestleMania weekend and then retiring, so it'd be very interesting to see if he can even make it. But honestly, who do you guys think would be the best fit for that Elimination Chamber matchup? Certainly when it comes down to being the last entrant in the Elimination Chamber, That's going to be one of those things where you got to keep a close eye on type of thing. As now Sting trying to get this Richmond, Virginia crowd behind him. This crowd is on fire right now, absolutely loving what they're seeing from Sting so far. But Sting needs to stay on Chris Jericho, cannot give him any time to recuperate or anything like that. Uh-oh, Chris Jericho, oh my goodness. Backbreaker, neckbreaker, whatever you want to call it. Devastating, brutal maneuver there from Chris Jericho. Later on tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see 2 debuts for 2 new NXT superstars / factions. Tiffany Stratton will make her NXT debut ring debut as she takes on Alba Fire here, coming up very, very close, as well as Pretty Deadly are in action against the Creed brothers, who lost their matchup against the NXT Tag Team Championships last Saturday. Nice trifecta of suplexes there from Sting, or I should say from Chris Jericho. Little shades of Eddie Guerrero there. Rest in peace, Eddie. As now Jericho. Oh, big clubbing blow there to Sting. Certainly trying to do as much as he can, but no. Jericho tossed to the outside. And now this is where Sting will systematically take it to his opponent. Right there on that left arm, that left elbow. That is not going to be feeling too good. And now Sting going to try to decide what he needs to do here. Uh-oh. Sting now dropping him right on the top rope. You'd love to see Stinger have a world championship run in him, especially like we mentioned, you don't know how many more matches, how much longer he'll be in a wrestling attire. A Sting with a scorpion death drop. Is that enough to put away Jericho? 2, 3, it is. Sting is going to Heatwave to join up with NXT champion CM Punk. That's certainly going to have its massive star power. This is not what Chris Jericho was certainly expecting, but now we have Sting and CM Punk, and we'll find out the other 2 superstars later on tonight here on NXT. But up next is Tiffany Stratton's debut. Welcome back, and we got now Alba Fire looking to climb up the rankings here on the NXT Women's Division, as she will be taking on the NXT debut of Tiffany Stratton. For Tiffany, she's certainly looking to make a name for herself. She called out the NXT Women's Division and essentially said that she should be skyrocketing all the way to the NXT Championship matchup, and she sees herself as NXT Champion sooner rather than later. I'm sure Alba Fire is certainly going to have to have something to say about that. And certainly it's going to be a pretty good matchup. And to address the women's division, we had a hard-fought matchup between Roxanne and Cora Jade at NXT Takeover Great American Bash. Roxanne would go on to defeat Cora Jade to become the new NXT Women's Champion. And Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez are tag team partners. But at the end of that match, Cora Jade would go into the ring. Both of those women would kind of have a, kind of a talk between each other. We weren't able to catch and see what they're really saying. And then Cora Jade would DDT multiple times Roxanne in the middle of that ring. So you got to think that, obviously they're not going to be partners no more. Cora Jade, the tension, everything, losing the championships, it kind of just topped her off. So we'll see how it fares for this NXT Women's Championship in the coming weeks. But now we can't wait for the NXT debut of Tiffany Stratton. She's got her purse. She's got the purse. She's got everything, bringing the bling. She got the look. Definitely looking strong tonight. We'll see how she fares in the middle of the ring, though. She calls herself the most beautiful person in NXT and in WWE. We'll see how Tiffany fares tonight, though. She can talk a big game, but she's going to have to get it done tonight and out-wrestle Alba Fire. It's a big-time opportunity for Tiffany. It's Alba Fire. She's big name here in the NXT Women's division. Certainly one of the bigger names out of all the NXT women, and the win over Alba Fire could certainly make her a huge threat to deal with here coming up to NXT Takeover Heatwave. Both women seem like they're ready. Alba Fire versus the NXT debut of Tiffany Stratton. Referee rings the bell. Here we go. Oh, big shoulder block takedown there. A little bit of a taunt to Alba Fire. Hopefully Tiffany will be able to actually stay on her opponents, not be one of those superstars that just makes fun of her opponent the whole time. But, you know, anything is possible. Maybe Alba Fire can beat some cocky confidence out of Tiffany. Put her in her place. Certainly Alba would love to get in title contention for that new NXT Women's Champion, Roxanne Perez. This line starts behind her. You know, Cora Jade, I'm sure, certainly would love to get a matchup against her former partner. As Tiffany Stratton just thrown outside the ring. Tiffany is in trouble right now. Alba Fire. Oh my goodness. Going for some kind of plancha, I believe, of some sorts, but Tiffany was, luckily for her, she was able to be a little bit further away than Alba expected. And Tiffany gonna do the right thing, get back inside the ring, and Alba Fire gonna try to do anything possible to make sure that keeps Tiffany off balance there. And now, slowly but surely gonna dissect that left leg there, Tiffany. You know, big question is for Tiffany Stratton, has she done her game planning? Has she picked the perfect strategy in her NXT debut? Certainly she talks a big game, like I mentioned, but with her trying to call herself the best NXT women's wrestler, she's got the look and everything else like that. She believes that she certainly should be on the top of this roster. You know, you talk a big game, but you gotta come back here and prove it, especially in front of a live capacity crowd. Look at this, a little bit of a submission hold maybe into a Russian leg sweep. Brutal maneuver, hurting the back and neck area there. Tiffany gonna take some time just to rub it in of Alba Fire's demise at the very moment. Oh my goodness, and then dragging her down by her hair, that certainly would not be any better. But coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have another debut for you. Pretty Deadly make their tag team debut as they take on the Creed brothers, Julius and Brutus. Be a pretty good tag team wrestling match up there. Creed brothers are going to look to get a win back, and the win column is, oh my goodness, going for a pump up, maybe power bomb of sorts. Alba Fire had that well scouted, connecting with the Hurricane Rana. Beautiful reversal. Not every day you see a reversal like that. And Alba just going to take some time. Maybe she's not taking Tiffany, or she's taking Tiffany Stratton very, very lightly at this moment. There's a shoulder tackle takedown there. Now, big time pinfall opportunity. Two strong kick out there from Alba. For Tiffany now, it's all about putting away Alba. You gotta capitalize right now. This is your moment. You have her literally right where you want her. And she's tending to go to the ground and pound game at this very moment. We'll see what kind of brilliant strategies might be in Tiffany Stratton's mind. Second rope. Oh, certainly wasn't going to go the way she expected as she throws her down by her hair. And again, Tiffany going to go second rope. And into a arm drag takedown. May not be the most vicious maneuver of all time, but it certainly will get the job done. Tiffany Stratton certainly doing quite well so far here in the early goings of this big-time NXT women's bout. Oh, Stratton going for a spear. Alba Fire able to connect with the knee. And, oh, like Alba may have been thinking about a springboard maneuvers. Tiffany Stratton able to get out of that situation. Back and forth matchup we go. A lot of high-paced action between both of these women, putting it all on the line here. Especially Tiffany. She needs a big-time moment right now. And certainly defeating Alba Fire would definitely do that. Alba Fire. Springboard Insiguri, turning her inside out. And now Elbow fire. Oh my goodness, flatlining Tiffany Stratton. Look at that. Tiffany Stratton right back up to her feet. It's like that adrenaline flowing right through her. Uh-oh. Tiffany. Oh my goodness. Little shades of Mr. Kennedy back in the late, or I guess early 2000s. And she's able to pick up the victory over Kaylee Ray. What a win. Look at this. This devastating maneuver right there. Turning her inside out. Again, look at this. Bam. Absolutely brutal maneuver. I feel like this is just the early signs of Tiffany Stratton's moveset. Big, massive win for Tiffany Stratton tonight. Much needed win. She is just giving us a little taste of what the future looks like here on NXT. And now here comes the Creed brothers. Coming up a bit short once again in that NXT Tag Team Championship matchup. It's a back and forth matchup, a good back and forth between the Creed brothers and the Blackpool Combat Club. But Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson were able to squeak by and retain those tag team championships. We'll see how it fares tonight for the Creed brothers as they are taking on the NXT debut of Pretty Deadly, Kit Wilson and Elton Prince. Certainly be very interesting to see how this goes. It is time to feel Pretty Deadly. And there they are, the Yes Boys, Pretty Deadly. They certainly have a interesting look to themselves. Their hair, like a slow motion hair flowing through the air, but certainly do get a different look. But there's a lot of people that have said a lot of good things for this tag teams, but we'll see how Elton Prince and Kit Wilson will fare in this next matchup. Yes boy or no boy, but if you guys are new to NXT and new to everything, you have Elton Prince, the blonde, on the right, and Kit Wilson on your left. Very interesting to see how this is about to fare out, ladies and gentlemen. Big time tag team match to see if they're going to be a threat in the tag team division or if they'll be starting off in a bad way here in NXT. Certainly taking on the Creed brothers, who have looked pretty amazing here in tag team action. Certainly, this is going to be a tough test for Pretty Deadly, but, for Pretty Deadly and the Yes Boys, we'll see how they fare tonight as they're just soaring through the sky at the moment. Like I mentioned, very, very interesting tag team, but we've seen so many tag teams that are kind of out there, definitely with the likes of Breezango and the certainly other tag teams, I guess you could say, but we'll see how they do. Elton Prince kicking us off against Brutus. Oh, brutal shoulder takedown, but we'll see how Pretty Deadly fares here tonight. It'll be a tough task, like I mentioned, but if it's one thing for Pretty Deadly to come out here, make a statement the first night. They talked a big game. They mentioned all the tag teams, if not most of them, and said, well, in their words, no boy. But for themselves, they said yes boy 3 times. But we'll see how it fares. You can't judge a book by its cover, because we've seen, like I mentioned, so many different tag teams over the years. Raw, NXT, SmackDown, had all sorts of different looks, shenanigans, seriousness, being funny, whatever it is. But this is one of those tag teams. We'll see how they fare. As Elton Prince throwing down Julius Creed to the other side of the ring. Oh, and a big punch to the midsection. And being told here in the coming weeks, we'll get some more information, ladies and gentlemen, about the NXT Tag Team Division, about what's the plan for Heatwave, who exactly will be next in line for the Blackpool Combat Club. Oh, big clubbing forearm slash elbows in the back of the skull, man. Holy crap. Certainly not won't be something you normally want to keep taking. Big knee strikes again. Both men need to get back inside the ring here, and they do, avoiding a possible countout. Uh-oh. No boy. No boy. Ooh. Back body drop to pretty deadly. That's not going to be feeling good for Elton Prince. And now here comes Brutus, the big man of the group. And oh my goodness, just running right through Elton Prince, making that look oh so easy. And for the Creed brothers, certainly, yes, they want to get back in title contention. Certainly, they've had 2 opportunities to become NXT Tag Team Champions and have failed so far. But, you know, Rome wasn't built in one day. It's going to take some time. But certainly, I do see the Creed brothers being NXT Tag Team Champions one day here on NXT. It's a sit-out slam to Kit Wilson. Brutus going to slowly try to dissect and damage Kit Wilson. A little bit of snake eyes. Ooh, turning him inside out. But still to come tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to see Rusev, the United Kingdom World Champion. He'll be in action, taking on Noam Dar. Certainly will be a good matchup there. And then, to end the night, we are going to have 2 more qualifying matches to see who will be joining Sting and CM Punk in the first ever NXT Elimination Chamber matchup at NXT Takeover Heatwave. And now it's time for Elton Prince to put the final touches on Brutus here, as he was busted open just moments ago by that DDT. Certainly not the best thing to be getting handed on. As both men running into each other, slowly kind of making it a 50-50 matchup at that time. But a over-the-head suplex, making it look oh so easy there from Brutus. And now we'll see if Julius can put this match away. Certainly very impressed with what Julius brings to the table. Looking for an ankle lock. Ankle lock, center of that ring. Will Elton Prince tap out? Will this be a bad debut for Pretty Deadly as they roll through? But was that submission too much to that left knee, or I should say the left ankle? And look at, able to get that yes boy tag. Here comes Kit Wilson. And look at him blocking that early on, but not able to block this Irish whip. Oh my goodness. Devastating clothesline to go with it. We're starting to get the tag team division, getting some teams figured out. And certainly over the days and months, we'll certainly see all the divisions kind of grow. But I'm liking how the NXT tag team division is looking, especially what we saw recently at the NXT Takeover Great American Bash pay-per-view, where we saw the Revival lose to the Young Bucks. Young Bucks made their in-ring debut at Great American Bash and defeated the Revival. It's a good back and forth matchup. Young Bucks were just able to outlast them. Do you think the Creed brothers should get another opportunity, or should be another tag team be able to step up to the plate? I mean, I think if the Creed brothers can go on a little bit of a winning streak necessarily, I think they very well could earn their opportunity. Everything is about being earned. And certainly, the Creed brothers could certainly do that. A torpedo uppercut turning Julius inside out. Now it's time for Elton Prince to try to dissect Julius here. Pretty deadly, handling themselves pretty good so far. Like I mentioned, Julius and Brutus, Creed brothers, certainly top tag team here live on NXT. A massive win over a tag team that's had multiple tag title shots will certainly help them out. As well, Julius with a gut wrench suplex, making that look very, very easy. And Elton Prince doing the right thing, rolling out of the ring as high risk, high reward situation. Julius, oh my goodness. Going for that drop kick, didn't work out in his favor. And now Elton's turn to work on it and take down Julius here. If I'm Elton, try to go for the pinfall, honestly. Wait a minute. He gets the tag to Brutus. Brutus is getting hit with a clothesline, but certainly Brutus has had a tough night so far. Going for that clothesline. Brutus, like a big wall there. And look at this over the head takedown there. Now Brutus going to go high risk. Oh no, if he hits this is a game over. Brutus, elbow to the midsection, to the chest area. And now Brutus doing the right thing, tagging in his brother Julius. And oh, it's time for Julius to put his finishing touches on the smashes. What a standing moonsault is that? Gonna be it, but no. Elton Prince being saved by Kit Wilson. Yes, boy, working together here so far. Oh my goodness. What a clubbing strike, and that is not good for the Yes Boys. Elton Prince being busted wide open. And certainly, for Elton Prince, he's certainly going to want to put some makeup on, get some stitches for that, because he certainly does not want to have blood on his pretty face. Big shoulder takedown again, taking down Brutus. Or should say Julius. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness. Oh my. What forearm strikes were those? The back of the neck area, man. And now, Kit Wilson. Oh, roll through. Oh my goodness, what a lariat. Turning him inside out pinfall. 1, 2, 3. Pretty Deadly with a massive win. And I do mean massive. Yes, boy, win here tonight. Brutus was focusing on going for the tag team partner instead of breaking this up. You'll see it on your screen here in just mere moments. Instead of Brutus breaking it up, you had Elton Prince clotheslining him. But a massive win for Pretty Deadly. And we are certainly going to see a Yes Boy celebration here tonight. What a win for Pretty Deadly. Where do you see the potential-wise for these NXT tag team superstars? It is now finally time to stop worrying about Jon Moxley, because certainly I am now done with that. I beat him fair and square and took back my NXT North American Championship, which I should have never lost in the first place, but Moxley defeated me. But, you know, we won't go into that. But at the Great American Bash, I became once again your North American Championship and outworked everybody. Now, what is next for Christian Cage? And I keep thinking to myself, I'm North American Champion. I got the man Rusev to become the United Kingdom World Champion. What should be next for Christian Cage and Rusev? The answer is very, very simple for myself and Rusev. We are going to be very dominant as champions. And I'm not just saying that to say that. My second reign as North American Champion now, I am not taking it for granted. Anyone can step up to the plate except for Jon Moxley, and I will take you down just like I did Jon Moxley at the Great American Bash. It is time for these NXT superstars to step up to the plate. I don't care if you're new, haven't debuted yet, whatever. When you step in the ring with Christian Cage, you're in the ring with greatness and a first ballot WWE Hall of Famer whenever I decide to hang up my boots. So next week, I'll be in action, but I'm going to have myself an open challenge. And it's not going to be for my North American Championship. I need someone to step up to the plate. Massive words there from Christian. He's announcing an open challenge for these young and up-and-coming superstars to step up to the plate next week. He's making it a non-title matchup. He's not going to just give away his championship just like that. He wants these superstars to go out there and earn it. We'll see who steps up to the plate next week here live on NXT. But next, you're going to be seeing Noam Dar taking on Rusev, the United Kingdom World Champion. Certainly it's going to be very interesting, ladies and gentlemen, to see how this fares. Rusev said he's going to be a man that's going to be a better representative of the United Kingdom Championship division. Said that the likes of a Braun Breaker holding that World Championship around his waist just didn't feel quite right. And keeping that championship here on NXT was his goal. He certainly did that by making sure Braun Breaker would not leave with that NXT championship. Braun Breaker almost retaining his championship on that cash-in, but Rusev was able to make it a successful cash-in. This will be the first matchup for Rusev in singles action since winning his NXT World Championship. The first matchup he was actually in since winning his championship was a couple weeks ago in a 6-man tag team matchup where Jon Moxley team would win that. But there is the United Kingdom World Champion, ladies and gentlemen. Rusev certainly plans on having a very long reign with that championship. But will the Bulgarian Brute, the Redeemer, will he have a long championship? And the question is, who steps up to the plate and challenges Rusev for that United Kingdom Championship at Heatwave? The Heatwave pay-per-view is in 6 weeks' time, ladies and gentlemen. Certainly going to be the biggest weekend of the summer. You got NXT Takeover Heatwave on Saturday. Then you'll have Sunday. You'll have SummerSlam. A lot of big things are going to be happening from now all the way to then. These next 6 weeks are going to be very, very crucial in the whole NXT roster, honestly, because who's going to step up? A lot of champions, a lot of contenders. Who steps up to the plate, and especially in the terms of the qualifying matches for the NXT Championship matchup, NXT Championship Elimination Chamber matchup. Be very interesting to see. So far, we got Sting and CM Punk. CM Punk, the NXT champion. Sting defeated Chris Jericho to open NXT tonight. We'll see what's going on later on tonight. Referee ringing the bell. Rusev versus Noam Dar. And oh my goodness, Rusev with already a kick to the head, and I think I saw blood was coming down the side of the face. Yes, he caught Noam Dar already, and that was the first maneuver of the night. How crazy is that? This matchup might be game over already. Rusev already taken some time to taunt this sold-out venue here in Richmond, Virginia, who's certainly dealt with so many main event talents over the years, and certainly Rusev, a NXT United Kingdom champion, is bringing another big-time talent here to Virginia. I don't think Noam Dar knows where he is at this moment, ladies and gentlemen. He has taken a lot of damage, and it's just been early on with those kicks, especially with that blood on the side of his left eye. Yes. Now the Scottish Supernova just trying to maybe mock Rusev there, but Rusev, the world champion, turning him inside out. How crazy. This match, I was going to say, this matchup might be over already. But the Scottish Nova is not going down without a fight. He's already been busted open. He's already been brutalized. But Rusev is keeping him in this matchup a little bit longer. Look at those just kicks, man. Rusev. He said he plans on making this United Kingdom World Championship something to become very prestigious. Said that Braun Breaker did not make that championship prestigious. He plans on holding that championship for a very long time. See, you almost get this like sleeper hold applied out the ringside here. And sleeper hold. He's going to be able to get out of it. Yes, he does with those elbows. Going to be careful with those sleeper hold maneuver. Might be able to put out your opponent right there as a shoulder block takedown, turning him inside out. Who do you guys think, like I mentioned, to step up to Rusev? We have plenty of wrestlers that should step up to the plate, but some wrestlers that certainly could take over NXT. It's pinfall 2-3. Big time win for Rusev here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this big elbow. And you guys might think, well, why didn't he have to hit any big-time maneuvers in this matchup? Well, certainly. You saw what he did early on in the matchup. He busted Noam Dar early on in the matchup, turning him inside out multiple times, sleeper hold to the outside, a vicious elbow drop to the ribs, and Rusev, a dominant display here as your world champion. Big time matchup coming our way live here on NXT. Wardlow making his way down the ring. Big time opportunity for Wardlow in this matchup. I mean, certainly a win for Wardlow here would give him a massive opportunity. You're probably thinking, yeah, it's a massive opportunity for every superstar in this matchup, but a massive opportunity for this young man Wardlow. Imagine having CM Punk, Sting, and this man Wardlow in it. The amount of power, strength, the amount of power this man Wardlow could do in that ring. He could literally put people through their pods if he had to, or honestly through the unforgiving steel if he had to. This man is one of the most powerful superstars on this NXT roster, and we've seen him deal with a lot of superstars. Yes, he lost to CM Punk recently, but for Wardlow, he's a heck of a superstar. We've already mentioned his wins over Chris Jericho and the Big Show early on in his career, and he has a massive future, and this future could be world championship material. But this man first has to defeat MJF tonight. Because I think if if Wardlow wins this matchup, I think he would honestly be a underrated superstar in that matchup, and could be a very surprising superstar in that match in general, just with how good Wardlow is. I'm not going to try to hype him up too much, but it's with just how physical, how brutal that Elimination Chamber is, Wardlow would fit that perfectly. And then you got MJF here. This man defeated Keith Lee last Saturday at the NXT Takeover Great American Bash pay-per-view. We'll see if it's MJF's opportunity to get himself a world championship opportunity. Like I mentioned, MJF has already faced off with CM Punk and would lose that matchup. So tonight, a win for MJF tonight over Wardlow, that gives him another opportunity at that world championship. But obviously, it's a 6-man elimination chamber matchup. It is not just a one-on-one contest. So you got to definitely strategize certain scenarios, all sorts of stuff. MJF is very smart, certainly one of the best trash talkers around, but MJF has to certainly first worry about Wardlow tonight. Then maybe he can focus on CM Punk, pardon me. Referee rings the bell. Big time qualifying match. Who joins CM Punk and Sting in the Elimination Chamber matchup in 6 weeks' time? It's now MJF with a big kidney shot. MJF. A little bit of a very interesting submission hold here. A little bit of a chicken wing submission hold here to Wardlow. As Wardlow stomping on the feet, and then a big old elbow to stun MJF early on here. Wardlow going to show you that strength and power. Make it look so easy. But I think if Wardlow gets more experience underneath his belt, certainly he can be world champion. I can say that about a lot of superstars, but Wardlow certainly has the look. He can talk on the mic as well. So it could be Wardlow's time, or will it be MJF's time to try to get that world championship away from CM Punk? Certainly it has not been easy for anybody that has gotten in the way of CM Punk. For CM Punk to defend win the championship Royal Rumble weekend at NXT TakeOver in your house and hold that and be very successful in every championship defense for the NXT championships, that's very impressive. And we're already getting close to SummerSlam Weekend, so we're getting close to almost a half of a year that he's held that championship. And now MJF with a flying, standing clothesline. The flying clothesline. Now Wardlow trying to get himself back in this matchup. Going for a bear hug. Bear hug here, trying just to suffocate MJF. Can MJF get out of this? This bear hug very, very tight. As, oh my goodness, that certainly will get you out. Getting double clap there. And that running knee there from MJF. Look at MJF. He knows that Wardlow is kind of stunned at the moment, but oh, gonna play some mind games with MJF. Back and forth. Who would you guys like to see in that World Championship matchup? As you know, tonight we'll finally know who the 4 competitors will be in that matchup. We'll see who joins CM Punk and Sting, but then that leaves 2 more positions to be found out within these next couple weeks. Let's look at MJF. He's going to take his very cocky confidence time. Wardlow very nice to him in that opportunity. Not even going to attack him. A lot of superstars would want to attack their superstar, but Wardlow being very convenient at that time. Now what does Wardlow need to do here? Uh-oh. Kick to the midsection. Wardlow. Strength and power. Oh my goodness. Over the head power bomb there from Wardlow. MJF is in trouble. Wait, MJF. Big forearm strike. Beautiful reversal. And MJF just like that. Right there, the knee with the tailbone. MJF might be moments away from putting away Wardlow. That's now MJF tossing him on the apron. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, my goodness. What a pile driver. That certainly could do it. 2. No, Wardlow with a strong kick out at 2.5. And now this is where MJF cannot get frustrated. He has to finish this matchup. And now crossface to the big leg there of Wardlow right there in the bottom rope. And MJF are not too happy about it. Not too happy about this crowd here in Richmond, Virginia, trying to support Wardlow here. Oh, big elbow from Wardlow. Let's see if Wardlow can pick up a massive win. Uh-oh. Wardlow has him on the shoulders. Time for an F10 to MJF. Pinfall. Is this it? 2, 3, but Wardlow wins the matchup, but MJF had his hand on the bottom rope. Until Bret Hart comes out here, Wardlow is officially heading to NXT Takeover Heatwave. Look at this F10, and you can clearly see the hand on the bottom rope. We get the 1 count, 2, and referee deciding not to stop it. We'll see if Bret the Hitman Hart comes out here to fix this. Wardlow, I know you just picked up a massive win, the best win of your career early on, and that's saying something, especially with your wins over Chris Jericho and Big Show. But I do have to restart this match, Wardlow. Maybe you can win this matchup with making sure MJF doesn't grab the bottom rope. Restart the match, referee, and let's see how this goes. Oh, and now MJF coming from behind. The double cross. Double cross from MJF. And now that's MJF for you, ladies and gentlemen. Flipping off the crowd. Certainly. That has to be it. Now what? Wardlow just kicking out of that. Are you kidding me? And now MJF, the frustration brewing. And now we just saw this moments ago, actually earlier on in the matchup. Wardlow getting DDT'd. Is this it? Will this be enough? Will this be enough? No! How in the hell is he kicking out? This man Wardlow is a different breed. And MJF. Uh-oh. Double cross. Double cross. Certainly, this has to be it. Will it be? Yes, it is. It took a little bit more than expected, but MJF is heading to Heatwave. So now it is CM Punk, MJF, and Sting. 3 superstars out of the 6 we need. And now we head to your main event tonight between Adam Cole and Kenny Omega. Main event time here live on NXT. For the very first time here in NXT history, it is Kenny Omega versus Adam Cole. The winner will go on to NXT Takeover Heatwave for the NXT Championship Elimination Chamber matchup. For the very first time ever, the NXT Championship being defended inside of a Elimination Chamber. And Bret the Hitman Hart, he addressed the situation currently going on between Kenny Omega and Adam Cole. And Bret the Hitman Hart said, yeah, he could have drug it out, you know, how it's going to go down between Kenny Omega and Adam Cole. He's seen a lot of back and forth between a lot of other superstars. He knew exactly how it was going to go down. He wanted a marquee main event for NXT, and we are going to get it tonight in your main event. Two talented main eventers, main eventing NXT with a huge main event stipulation. The winner will be going to NXT TakeOver Heatwave. As now we wait for the ever cowardly Adam Cole, baby. Adam Cole, former Royal Rumble winner, former WrestleMania main eventer, former WWE champion, former NXT champion. Adam Cole certainly doing it all. And gets himself a chance. Look at just the cocky confidence just oozing from Adam Cole. But Adam Cole gets that opportunity to take it to Kenny Omega. First time ever matchup. We were scheduled to hear from Kenny Omega. It was supposed to be Kenny Omega calling out Adam Cole tonight. But Bret the Hitman Hart, he said, no, that's not going to happen. You guys are going to stay away from each other, and you guys are going to be participating in this first ever Elimination Chamber qualifying matchup to see who will be going to Heatwave to challenge for the NXT Championship inside of the Elimination Chamber. One of the most grueling match types of all time, and that's saying something with the likes of TLC and Hell in a Cell. Elimination Chamber is certainly up there to be the top three, if not the top one. Adam Cole taking out Kenny Omega recently just because Kenny Omega will not join up with himself and the Young Bucks. Kenny Omega's certainly going to look to get his revenge tonight. That's a big springboard to Insiguri taking down Omega. Bret the Hitman Hart earlier on hyping up this matchup, saying Adam Cole, he listed all of his accolades and saying, hey, this is your time to step up to the plate and show us in the middle of that ring why, yes, you are one of the most accomplished superstars in NXT and in WWE. And then he said for Kenny Omega, yes, you're relatively new to the NXT brand, but this is the time to step up to the plate and prove to Adam Cole and everybody else why certainly you should be in this NXT Championship matchup. But Adam Cole right now in the early stages of dominating Kenny Omega. We will not hear the end of this if Adam Cole does defeat Kenny Omega tonight here live on NXT in your main event. And look at Omega finally up to his feet, but Adam Cole was telling this crowd it's all about mind games right now. Certainly, I don't know what I would prefer, if both men being able to be in that NXT Championship matchup or just one, or even having these guys as a singles match at NXT TakeOver Heatwave. Certainly an opportunity that we could have seen, but Bret the Hitman Hart wants to see this matchup, a first time ever matchup between these two superstars here in NXT, and we'll see if the better man will come out on top tonight. Certainly Adam Cole has won that NXT Championship multiple times, had that WWE Championship for a little bit before getting cashed in on. That's big punches there from Adam Cole to Kenny Omega. Uh-oh. Adam Cole now. Uh-oh. Oh, big flying crossbody. I think he just literally bounced off the lower back of Kenny Omega. And now Omega in a bad predicament right now. Referee right there. Strong kick out to them. But so far tonight, we've gotten CM Punk, MJF, and Sting all going to the NXT Takeover Heatwave pay-per-view. Who is going to join him? Will it be Adam Cole? Will it be Kenny Omega? Certainly, we'll be finding out here later on tonight in your main event between these two. A massive main event. Two star-studded superstars. Kenny Omega trying to signal the end is near for Adam Cole. Big knee strike to the ribs. I guess, yeah, that would be the ribs area. It's a very brutal maneuver. Adam Cole right now doesn't know where he's at, honestly. He's just kind of out of it. And that's what Kenny Omega's going to love about this. Inflicting damage on Adam Cole. Now Omega off the second rope. Beautiful moonsault. And now Omega's going to start to keep hitting on all cylinders in this matchup. Omega from the second rope here. What's he thinking? High risk, high reward situation for Omega. Missile drop kick from the second rope. Very impressive. Omega now pinfall, but a strong kick out from Adam Cole. Adam Cole's going to fight until the last breath that he has. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Omega. Look at this. Omega. What a maneuver. Referee in position. Is this it? 2. No, Adam Cole kicks out. How in the heck did he kick out? Is now Adam Cole with a kick to the skull. Now, springboard. Drop kick takes down Omega, and just like that, Adam Cole, baby, gets himself back in this ring. Adam Cole not realizing Omega back up to his feet, though. But both men running into each other, into a nice clothesline chokeslam takedown there. Now Omega going to try to go back to the well one more time, but Adam Cole had that well scouted. Both of these superstars have wrestled each other before. On the independent scene, this is a lot different, as now a Shining Wizard. Is that going to be enough to put away Omega? But a rope break, referee sees it and notices it, thankfully, after what we just had to see between Wardlow and MJF. We'll see if Adam Cole... Oh, he's going to go to the well one more time. And now... No! Not again. Is this it? Pinfall. 1, 2... No, Omega. Omega kicks out. Holy crap, he's taking 2. And Adam Cole's certainly not too happy. Adam Cole telling Omega to get up to his feet. Omega back up to his feet. And now Adam Cole going to go with a springboard takedown there of Kenny Omega. Adam Cole has this match in the bag, it seems. But the problem is, Kenny Omega keeps kicking out. This man is built of... I don't know what he's built out of, honestly. It's very surprising to be able to kick out of those type of maneuvers. It's not easy for a superstar of Adam Cole's abilities to not be able to put out a superstar, but Kenny Omega's a different type of athlete in the middle of that ring. Ooh, big slap punch. Here comes Cole. No. Oh my goodness, what a swinging neck breaker. Will Adam Cole want to take a count-out victory here? Kenny Omega back up to his feet. Adam Cole breaking it up. Thankfully, we don't have to have a count-out. Be a shame for this matchup to end in a count-out. But for Kenny Omega, this is his turn to step up and figure out what he needs to do to Adam Cole. I mean, he's already hit one big maneuver on Adam Cole. It wasn't enough at that moment. But this is his time to figure it out. Not much more is going to be taken for Adam Cole. Big boot to the neck there. Kenny Omega trying to figure himself out. Pinfall opportunity. If we're really slow to the count, I don't know what her problem is. It's a big elbow to Adam Cole. Back and forth we go. Big clothesline. Omega, he's trying to hit his comeback here. Big super kick. A muchly needed maneuvers for Kenny Omega. Then the jumping knee. Holy crap. Is this it? 1. Oh, but again, referee making sure he sees it. Or I should say she sees it. And Adam Cole being saved by the bottom rope. Unlucky there for Kenny Omega. And now Omega gonna go to the well. Second time in this match. Down goes Adam Cole. Is this it? 2, 3 it is. Kenny Omega is going to NXT TakeOver Heatwave. And it is official. NXT Takeover Heatwave. We have 2 more spots to fill, but as of right now, CM Punk, MJF, Sting, and the cleaner the cleaner Kenny Omega joins those 3 other superstars. What a main event. Kenny Omega putting it to Adam Cole tonight in your main event. And now, wait a minute. Adam, wait, who the hell is this? Oh my goodness, this is not who I think this is. This guy's name is Adam Page. The Cowboy Adam Page. One of the hottest free agents in professional wrestling. What in the hell is he doing here? This is not good. Kenny Omega. Suicide dive. Suicide dive through the middle rope. What in the hell are we witnessing here, ladies and gentlemen? Adam Page taking it to Kenny Omega. Not one of the things I was expecting to see tonight, especially the Kenny Omega and Adam Cole matchup. This is not good. Omega getting back up to his feet. Cowboy lariat. The slingshot lariat there from the Cowboy Adam Page, ladies and gentlemen. Holy cow. Oh, this ain't good. This ain't good at all. Another one, just for good measure. What in the hell is going on here for Adam Cole, Adam Page, and Kenny Omega? Kenny, if you're not going to accept Adam Cole's offer, that's perfectly fine, because that's going to leave it to me to do some cowboy shit with Adam Cole and take over NXT. That is official. Me and Adam Cole, we're taking over NXT. Yeah, you may have defeated Adam Cole tonight, but we certainly are not over at all. Welcome to the new Undisputed era, Kenny Omega. You certainly just got a glimpse of what myself and Adam Cole will be bringing and inflicting on this roster. And now Adam Cole finally stirring up to his feet. He was on the other side. We saw him crawling around to that just moments ago. Adam Cole and Adam Page working together. And from what he is saying, it's the new Undisputed era here on NXT. What in the hell is going on? It's a Panama Sunrise there for Kenny Omega, Adam Cole, Adam Page, working together here on NXT. This is going to be bound to be bad.